PSAT work, or I should say SAT work. 9th and 10th graders, you guys take the PSAT next week. Oh, it's just 10th graders. Yes. 1,000% recommend you pay the $20 and take the PSAT. It's the cheapest that you'll ever get offered to take a version of the SAT. How much does the SAT cost? It's 65. So every time you take it, you show improvement. So being able to take the PSAT for $20 is a nice opportunity they're offering you here. The reason they can offer it for less money is because they already have all the testing sites set up. They already have proctors in place for the 10th grade PSAT. So definitely, if you're a 9th grader, consider it. If it's 10th grader, prepare for it. If you're an 11th grader, we're going to be doing SAT practice because you should be preparing for the SAT in 11th grade as well. So we'll spend 2 days in class just talking about the SAT after this quiz on Thursday.
What exactly is it?
So it's supposed to be math topics through algebra 2. No, it's English too. Yes. All right, Jasmine and Kenzie, when's the PSAT for 10th graders? I know, but I've been talking about it while you guys were chatting. So when is it? I think it's Wednesday. Yeah. Yes. If you're a junior, we'll be doing SAT practice. So, and then when's your quiz? Thursday. How do you do number 1, Kenzie?
So you add factors.
Yes, we're combining like terms in number 1. So it's just addition. Well, if this wasn't here, we would FOIL. But if there's a plus sign here, we combine like terms. No. No, we are not multiplying, we are adding. Well, actually, I think that's why this is here, because that's such a common mistake. You guys, you're silent. You're silent. This is such a common mistake. This problem is muy diferente. Okay, this one. Yeah. Okay. The plus sign is essential. This means I'm just combining like terms. So many people work so hard on this because they're doing first, outer, inner, last. But this is multiplication. So yes, you have to do lots of distribution. This is just addition, just combine like terms. That's short and sweet. All right, let's go to page 202 and talk about electrical engineering and circuits. Are we using electricity? Do we want to just pretend it's magic and that the genius humans who created it aren't existing and we shouldn't acknowledge them?
Yeah.
No, let's acknowledge our electricity. How does it work? It's ridiculous that we don't know how all of this is working. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What electricity works? Exactly. So this is just a brief introduction to vocabulary for electricity. We're teaching you about the imaginary eye, which is useful in electricity. So we're also going to talk a lot about some vocabulary and maybe spark some interest in you in hey, questioning how does electricity work. electricians are needed everywhere. And as AI becomes more and more prominent, it's like an electricity crisis. The amount of AI uses electricity is so much. So we're seeing all these benefits, but we're going to need stronger electricity in every community if we're going to continue to rely on AI. So we all need electricians, and you can go right here to MTC right after high school and become an electrician, an apprentice for electricity, and learn how to run wires and how to hook up these outlets and how to, in all of our new construction, put in the electricity in all of our old buildings, update electricity to use AI and use networks. So this is very applicable. Okay, we're all using electricity right now. So in a circuit, you have resistors, inductors, capacitors, and that opposes the flow of current. Why would we oppose the current? Well, electricity is strong. We have to harness it. We don't just want electricity lightning flying through our wires. We slow it down and we harness it so that it has the right volts for what we plug in. So all of that opposition together is called resistance. The resistors have resistance. The inductors and capacitors have reactance. Each of these quantities is measured in what's called ohms. So if you haven't heard that before, that's a unit of measurement. And the symbol for ohms is this Greek symbol, the uppercase omega, for all the sorority and fraternity people in the room. All right, so let's look at this circuit. This is the relationship between resistance, reactance, and impedance. A series circuit is shown with the resistance or reactance of each component labeled. The impedance for a series circuit is the sum of the impedances for the individual components. So a resistor, in this case, and really most text, is shown with a zigzag line. We show it with a capital R, and it is a real number. An inductor is a squiggly spring, symbolized with an L, and it's actually an imaginary number. There's where the imaginary comes in with the inductor. The capacitor is like an equal sign or a parallel sign with two lines, capital C, and it's actually opposite imaginary, negative and imaginary. So here's an example here. Here's a current source, and we've harnessed it, we're controlling it, we can alternate it, positive, negative, on, off. So let's label. So this 5 is going to be the resistor, and that means it stays a real number. The squiggly spring is the inductor, so that means it's imaginary. So when I go to find the sum, I do 3i. And then this is the capacitor, and it's a 4. So that's supposed to be negative. Yep, it's the C. That's supposed to be negative imaginary. So we're going to put negative 4i in our sum. So to summarize, the 5 is normal, the 3 is imaginary, and the 4 is negative and imaginary. And you're just asked to find the sum. When it says find the impedance, impedance means add those things up, the sum. So we have 5 plus 3i plus a negative 4i. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. So the impedance is 5 minus I ohms. It's a math problem. So when you're ready, head to page 206 and do number 50. What I will say is this is always provided to you. You do not have to memorize this. But if I was to post this on your quiz, could you figure out which part is real, imaginary, and negative and add it? I will provide the table. And you're just matching the table and adding. So page 206, number 50.
Can you go back up?
Yeah. With this. When you're home, go in your garage, get it out. You can put it right to a AA battery. A AA battery should be 12 volts. If it goes below 4 volts, it doesn't work anymore. It's dead. Throw it away. So in the house, if you're not sure which batteries are good and not good, you could use this tool to see how many volts it still has. Less than 4 volts, and it will not power up that Xbox controller. You know what I mean? That's a dead battery. But people use these on their car batteries. What's another time you've used this in your home, or you've seen someone use this in your home? Anybody ever seen someone change a ceiling fan?
How do you change a ceiling fan?
You take it down, put a new one up. Or a new light fixture. Anybody had a new light fixture installed? What do you have to do before you take off an old light fixture? If I wanted to take this out and put a new type of light in, what would I have to do? You got to power the electricity down for the whole room, for the whole building, or for the whole hallway. So the electrician, they power it down, they go up there on their ladder, and they test it. Before they put a screwdriver up in that fixture, they test it to see if the electricity is truly off. That way they don't get electrocuted. So we're real. We got a real 4. We got an imaginary 6 and a negative imaginary 9. 4 plus 6i minus 9i. 4 minus 3i ohms. Put your unit of measure, Sean. Put your unit of measure, ohms. You want to do the omega? I'll take it. Yes. Well, alternating power source is here. So that's real. That's imaginary, and that's negative imaginary. So same way, just be careful, it's switched. 14 minus 7, 14 minus I. What is it? Let's check. Fridays were 29 to 45 odd.
Yes.
Yeah, I shortened it. I shortened it.
Go ahead and tell it.
Okay.
So, remember how we had anything but a bathroom?
Yeah.
I brought the package in it and I feeling that we were going to use them all the way up to page 208. And then the document is still at home because I left it in my voice on the ghost. And so I was not able to do it anymore because I was sick.
There's probably others like you in that same position.
Yeah, I'll definitely bring it in tomorrow because I do need it.
You definitely need it. All right, check your answers. But you know what? They were odd, weren't they? So do you have them already checked? Does anybody have a question? Anybody want to ask a question? How many did we get to? Friday seems like it was long, long ago.
Then go to 192 and 155. Go to 55. Then go to 4 and 72. And cover one. Well, and then 105. All right, here is 39. Over here, I want to remind you about this word, the conjugate. The conjugate means the same expression with an opposite sign on I.
So this is 39, it's 2 plus I. We're going to multiply into minus I. That means distribution on top, double distribution down below. Every time you see I squared, you take it out and you put a negative 1 in. So down here, we replace it with negative 1. So we end up with 20 minus 10i over 4 plus 1, 20 minus 10i over 5. And that happens to reduce by 5. Should we do one of those from fresh right now, like pick an even and go through it? I think we probably should. Let's everybody try 40. Everybody, let's do 46 right now. Try 46, see if you can figure it out. It is on your quiz. Silent. I don't know if you have enough room on 46, but go ahead and try it. In 60 seconds, I will start work on the board. And then I'm thinking to myself, how much of the board will this take up? It's going to take up quite a bit of space. Xavier, are you ready? Go. On your paper. The conjugate will switch the given expression and it'll put a different sign in the middle. Conjugate means opposite sign before I. Same expression, opposite sign.
Or not so,
Good one. Thomas, how far did you get? Write the problem.
That second part right there says no, the one before. That one.
Yeah.
Why you got the first two?
The 21 and the 12.
No, the one. The lesson.
The 49 and the 28. Yeah. So on the top, I did -3 times -7 to get 21. And then -3 times -4i. I went the first numbers, then the outer numbers, then the inner numbers, then the last. Yeah. Or if you wanted to do the box method, you could. I'm just remembering third period likes the box method. This is just doing that. Yeah, you use the conjugate, and that means the sign for I changes, and that's what if you don't. Yeah, that's why Zachary is called a conjugate and not an opposite. If I change both signs, I would just say opposite. Conjugate is just the sign in front of the imaginary or the radical. We use this for radicals also. Yes. You have something to say, Flynn? Are you sure? Okay. So we get it? Alright, you guys can start your assignment. Here it is.